In problem 15 of the MSP practice test, we have a classic Pythagorean theorem problem where you have a right triangle. But in the case of this problem, you're given the base all the way across from one side to the other, and what I really need is just from here to here for this triangle. So I have this right triangle right here. I'm going to outline it so we can see it. And it says, over the weekend, Sergey is going camping in a tent. The sides of the tent are 5 feet, and the base is 6 feet across. So we have in this case, the hypotenuse of this triangle. This is the long side, and then we have a leg, and we have another leg. And the question is, what's the length of this leg, or which formula is going to correctly give me that leg? And so you have to remember with the Pythagorean theorem, I'm actually going to draw this triangle off to the side. The hypotenuse is the long side of the triangle. And then you have the two legs, and I'm going to call this A and this B and this C. The hypotenuse again being the long side. If you remember Pythagorean's theorem, the Pythagorean theorem, it says that A squared, if I square this, and I take B squared, this. So in other words, if I have a square over here, and I find its area, and I have a square over here, and I find its area, it's going to equal the area of the square off of the hypotenuse leg. So in other words, A squared plus B squared is going to equal C squared. Now if you look at this problem, the most common mistake is to not see that this is the hypotenuse. And so what I really want is this, whatever this is, the height, is what we're going to call it, H. I want H squared plus the leg squared. Now all the way across is 6 feet, so I'm really going only from here to here, which is 3 feet. So I'm going to have H squared plus 3 squared equal to the hypotenuse squared. So we have the height squared plus 3 squared equals the hypotenuse squared, which in this case, I actually have it opposite of what the answer is given, but it's still the same thing. 3 squared plus the height squared equals 5 squared. Then ask us to actually solve this problem, but if I did want to solve it, I would actually, I'm going to solve it just so you can see how I do it. 3 squared plus H squared equals 5 squared, which means 9 plus the height squared equals 25. And so if I actually want to solve this, I'm going to subtract 9. This 9 plus H squared equals 25. Subtract 9. And I get H squared equals 25 minus 9, or 16. Which means that H squared is 16. So if H squared is 16, then H is the square root of 16, or H equals 4. So if I actually wanted to solve that problem, the height of this tent is the H missing part is actually equal to 4.